You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Real quick, guys, before we actually dive into the video today, I meant to actually put this in the video, but we have a new shirt in the merch store. You can support us. You can get your donkey pot shirt. The disease that is destroying America. We're talking about the Democrat Party here. You can get it in multiple colors. And you can also get 25% off by using the discount code USA First. I actually like this army green color right here. You can actually get a better look at it right there. 25% off, guys, if you use the discount code USA First. All right, guys, we're going to be talking about Riley Gaines of the University of Kentucky. As you guys may know, Riley Gaines has been pretty vocal about how Lia Thomas should have never been allowed to compete against women in the pool. Now, Riley Gaines actually did support FINA, came out, applauded FINA for actually banning transgender athletes from competing at the professional level. So Lia Thomas will not be an Olympian. That bed is done. It is done. It is over with. However, Riley Gaines actually gave us some details on actually being in the locker room with Lia Thomas and competing against a biological male. She actually was on with Tucker Carlson of Fox News, and this is what she had to say. It says here on Fox News, former NCAA swimmer forced to compete with Lia Thomas details extreme discomfort in the locker room. She, as a biological woman, was actually forced to be in the same locker room with a man. Now, there's different sex organs, of course, as you guys know. Lia Thomas is a biological man and still has the man parts. Riley Gaines was not very comfortable with that. But let's go over some of this here, because Riley Gaines actually said she was kind of caught off guard here. Now, she details how, even though she was at a different school, Kentucky versus UPenn, she details how when the best swimmers have these amazing times, all of the other swimmers actually know about that particular swimmer. So they knew that Lia Thomas was a biological man. It says here, quote, your better swimmers know of your better swimmers regardless of what school or what conference you're at. You compete internationally together. Even if you're not at the same collegiate team, you've probably been on teams together before, Gaines noted. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's this article posted that says, Lia Thomas, swimmer at UPenn, posts 1.41 200 freestyle, which is a very, very fast time. After discovering that Thomas competed in the men's division the past 3 seasons before transitioning to a woman, Gaines claimed she and her teammates felt confident the NCAA wouldn't permit Thomas to compete in the women's national championships with unfair physical advantages like height, muscle mass, and heart and lung size. Yeah, all those other things do matter, folks. So she really didn't make this a big deal because she actually put all of her faith in the NCAA. And guess what, folks? It backfired. The NCAA did not have the back of these women. She says, quote, I kind of just went about my training because I was like, this is a good thing, maybe. Gaines said, but it turns out 2 weeks before our national championships, the NCAA announced Lia would be competing with the females. And I was just like, mind blown. She thought that the NCAA would have done the right thing, but oh no. Lia Thomas was allowed to compete and dominate the competition. Now, here's another thing, guys. When it comes to the whole locker room thing, as you guys know, Lia Thomas was not in the male locker room. Lia Thomas was actually in the female locker room. And guess what? The NCAA did not give them a heads up. They did not give these women any type of heads up on a biological male being in the locker room. And there's a picture right there of Lia Thomas. Wow. Unbelievable. But anyway, right here, it actually details here. Gaines also pointed out that Thomas brought extreme discomfort to the locker room, and that organizers did not disclose that Thomas would be using the women's facilities. Quote, "That's not something we were forewarned about," which I don't think is right in any means. Changing in a locker room with someone who has different parts, Gaines said. So not only were we forced to race against a male, I like how she actually calls Thomas what Thomas is, a male. We were forced to change in the locker room with one. And so when we're sitting there not even knowing who to talk to, who to complain to, because this kind of all happened behind the scenes and very discreetly, close quote. Wow. They were given no heads up by the organizers, the NCAA. Nobody looked out for the best interests of these women. And we were actually told, I believe something similar about the women on the UPenn team. They said that Thomas is still attracted to women. Thomas is still a straight white male. That's what it is. But anyway, Gaines called out the, quote, "huge lack of accountability between the NCAA and policymaking sides for not protecting the integrity of women's sports." Quote, "I think people forget that women's sports were a protected group. The category was made because the playing field was not level by any means when you have them competing against men," Gaines said. And so obviously it was created to ensure that fairness. And now that we are kind of completely flipping that, it devalues what it was created for. Once you start infringing upon something that people have fought so hard to get, and something that I know personally I have dedicated essentially my whole life to, I am allowed to think that's not okay, and obviously not support that by any means, she added. Man, what a horrible thing this is for these women. A very, very horrible thing. They were made uncomfortable in the locker room because they had to share the locker room with a biological man, which I'm pretty sure, they were exposed to some things that they didn't necessarily want to see. The UPenn women said something similar. This is pretty pathetic, guys, but that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, do you guys agree with Riley Gaines here? Exposing a whole bunch of things. NCAA failed. The organizers of the NCAA championships failed. No heads up. Had to share the locker room. They weren't told anything. Wow. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.